Hey guys, welcome back to episode number 12 of Building and Beyond Multiplayer Skyblock Edition. RanqeustLP here. How you guys been? And I'm sure you're talking to yourself, hey, what is that? He sounds clear. Well, I did just get my Blue Yeti microphone in the mail yesterday, and I would have recorded yesterday. Unfortunately, those pesky Red Sox had won the World Series last night, so I didn't have time to record, needless to say. Anyways, moving on. So you're wondering, what is that? Why are you up here? Don't you usually start on your platform? Well, this is my new platform, folks. No, not really. But I am on a jungle tree. And the reason why I'm on a jungle tree is because I've been doing some research into the prices and economy of the server. And it seems like trees are big business, which of course people like wood. Who wouldn't? And then also, if you look off in the distance, I've set up a couple more advanced farms. I've got some nether wart over there. You had a little mind fart there, excuse me. So I have a nether wart farm set up over there, and I've got my cocoa beans set up over there. Just for added stuff, while I don't have anything to do, I'll go up there and I collect some. And it looks like both sets are fresh for harvest. Also, I've been building on my tree farm, and I've been having a blast. I mean, it took a while to get established, but now I am in the process of making things pretty. I mean, it's still got a while to go. Don't get me wrong. This is not finished, in the least. But, it is a start. And don't mind that is a blob, and I realize that. This is my attempt to try out different roofing styles. I know I'm going to have a hallway out to different buildings in this complex type area. And this is going to be my crop harvesting side. So I'm going to have my mob here, my crops over here, and I'm going to have the animals on this side. So that is moving. It will move. It's actually going to move over into here. So I'm going to have different hallways and different wings going off in different directions, which will be nice. And this section may not actually even be trees to begin with. This may actually be a staging area where all of these supplies converge into one. Now, the mob farm is still at 4 levels. I believe that's where I left off, which is nice. And if I didn't leave off there, I don't remember. I'd have to look back into the videos. Well, I added a 4th level. So, and it seems to help a little bit. The mobs come and go depending on really how long I've been on the server, and I just kind of came on a couple minutes ago. But it all depends on, honestly, chance. This server, we don't get our own space here. We do. But we are all sectioned off in our own chunk of the world. So I don't have infinite in every direction. If I look at F3, you notice my X and Z, I'm at 7,400, 22,120 right now. So clearly there is a lot between me and what technically I guess is spawn at the closer to the 0, range. So yeah, so I have my space, and we'll still get what we want to get done. But oh, and one other thing, again, back onto F3. The biome I'm in ocean, which is fine. It's nice that I technically don't have to worry about getting snowed on, but it's kind of pain because sometimes you just want to harvest some snow, and I can't do that in the ocean. At least not that I know of. Maybe there's a bug in 1.6.2. I know that we're kind of behind. We're waiting on the mods for this server to kind of catch up. But yeah, for now, no snowman. I tried. So let's move on. So my biggest job, other than working on this building here, which I've been playing around with, trying to get some depth in there, is I've been doing research on how I want to do my stone generator, because this thing, it sucks, to be honest with you. And I'm coming to the point where I don't even want to harvest stone anymore. I just want to buy it because, well, quite frankly, it's a lot easier. And with the trees, again, I didn't really talk into trees that much. This one tree is really profitable. The market for wood is really good. It's about 200 gold per stack, and you guys saw that. I mean, you saw that in the last video. That's how we made a lot of money. I think we did. No, I think I did that off camera. I don't know. But anyways, I'm going to tell you again anyways, just in case you didn't see the last episode. And if you didn't, check back and watch it, because it's a great video. So yeah, the market, at least depending on who you're looking at, is I can sell a stack of wood for about 200 gold. And I believe that the jungle wood is actually technically 195. But, you know, it's 5 gold. It's not that big of a deal. So not only is the wood really cheap, well, not necessarily cheap, but really profitable, but the saplings are extremely profitable. I sell the saplings, each one, at 80 gold a pop. Now, technically, I'm only making 72 because there's a 10% commission that goes back to the server, but that's still 72 gold compared to, you know, each one of those saplings is like a gold, maybe, depending on who I'm selling it to. So yeah. So this is what I've been working on. Now, this isn't going to stay here because this is where my staging point is. People are going to come in here. It's kind of a pain. Blocks a lot of things. My plan is to have, you know, each tree have its own building, and then each set of crops possibly have its own building, something like that. So that will be moved somewhere in that area. But yeah, but there works for now. It's not obstructed. We're good. But what I want to do this episode is, I know that... what was I talking about? Wait, oh yeah, cobblestone. Let me get on that first. I've been looking into ways into making a smooth stone generator, and the way that I originally talked about, I think maybe back in episode 8, was having this, you know, 4-array smooth stone generator that pushes all to the middle, and then it pushes up, and it's super fast. The problem with that is that I believe the circuitry and the logic, as far as the timing goes, has changed, so it doesn't work. I built it in a creative world, and it just wouldn't fire. If I had, you know, one going at a time, then it would work. But if for any reason I tried to work with any more than that, then they either get stuck or none of them went up. I just saw the center piston pushing up. So I have a new method, and what's nice about it is it's scalable. So this first one, granted it suits my needs, but the new one that I'm actually looking into building, I can start off really small, one at a time, and then each additional is only a fraction of the cost of what the original was, because the first one uses a clock, and it uses a pulse emitter to get it started, and there's a whole lot of things going, and redstone is really expensive on the server. If you are lucky enough to have a villager clan that you can get redstone from, then, you know, great for you, but you don't have to worry about most other things because you're extremely wealthy. But if, you know, you're like the rest of us and either just starting out or poor, then, you know, you have to kind of do it in stages. And so each redstone, the cheapest that I found that was available, is 200 gold per piece, and that's from the spawn market. I found cheaper prices, but the issue is that the supply is not there. Everybody's out of stock, because probably the one guy that I found that was in stock was selling it for 400 gold a piece, and he was probably buying every single piece of it because people aren't checking the spawn market. So yeah, and as I go on. Anyway, so the only issue with it, again, is the cost. And so the original, I've done the math out, and the original, or the initial design, especially because of the clock, the emitter, and all that stuff, is going to cost me around 5,800 bucks, because I'm going to need 28 redstone pieces, and at 200 bucks a piece, that's adds up. So yeah. But what I'm going to do before we get there is, I know I'm going to start I'm going to start making good on a project that I talked about a long time ago, and I want to build it, and I'm excited to build it, to be honest with you. And here it is. So we're going to open up eggs. You saw me buy it last time, folks. And in this episode, we are going to make a quick and easy chicken farm that works like a charm. All right, guys, I'm going to cut out right here. I'm going to gather my supplies, set up. I'm actually going to push it that way. Again, we're going to be putting our animals over here. So I'm going to set up probably about another 10 blocks that way, make another hallway, go down that way. 10 blocks that way, and that's where we're going to set up the staging area for our chicken farms. So I will be right back. Okay guys, we're back. So I've gone ahead and built the first stage of what will be our chicken farm. Now I went out about 15 blocks before I made a little pad here. And now this again is going to be a lot prettier. I just used wood because it's cheap and available. So the way that this works is it's very basic. It uses just water currents, and then you use this little sign here, KFC Yum, to essentially hold the water back. Now if I go up in here into the bowl, what's happening is we've got water currents that are in each corner. So you build a square. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is a 9 by 9 square. And the water in the corner will push a chicken, gobble, gobble, gobble. No, that's a turkey. Into the center. So it'll kind of corral them here. And from there, if they were to drop, say lay an egg or die, what would happen is their drops would fall in the water, and it would slowly travel to the center where it would eventually, boop, fall down a hole. Now, because mobs are constantly trying to stay afloat, they don't want to sink, you don't ever have to worry about them coming down here. And they'll always stay alive. Now, the one thing that I'm going to have to do before I move on is we're going to have to build a second layer here, because right now, if chickens do manage to get to the edge, they can possibly jump right out here, and then get out to be wherever they please. So the next step is to build this. And then from here, the only other step that's left is to build a backboard. Why a backboard, you say? What do you mean by that? Well, when we throw the eggs, we're going to have to throw them against something, and it's got to land. It's going to need to be able to land here. Now, I've had experience where in a cave. I remember a long time ago, I had a world, and I had this awesome cave system that had a huge shaft in it, where I built my base out of. And this is kind of where I first experimented with one of these chicken farms. I had it in a little nook in the cave, and then I would throw the eggs. Let's head on down. I would throw the eggs against the wall. Don't want to fall off. Boo, 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 boo. And some of the chickens would actually get stuck in the wall. And I don't know why. It was a glitch, of course. But, you never want to take the chance of having your chickens die. So the best case scenario is to build a backboard kind of like right above, so that when I throw the eggs, they'll hit the ceiling, break, and then just gently fall to where they become one of my minions. Now with the chickens, there is a limit. I can only have so many chickens at a time on a server, and that's really important. So I'm going to have to keep track of how many are on here. I'm going to want to keep probably about 20 to 30. I believe the cap on chickens is actually, I think, around 50. And that's more for, for server lag and all that stuff. So that is, I'm going to have to keep a really big eye on that, because I do not want to get in trouble. The only time that we may get in trouble, and again, that's why I want to stay to the 20 to 30 range, is because occasionally when you throw a chicken egg, you can get quadruplets, where you'll have 4 chickens coming out of 1 egg. And that's an Easter egg, which is nice. Yeah, Easter egg. That's neat, but I don't feel like getting into trouble with the server, because you can get insta-banned. And then from there, I think all that's left is to pretty it up, because, that's just kind of, well, there. So I'm going to eventually turn this structure here into, something else. Make it look pretty. I'm going to use some oak wood. I've been cooking up some smooth stone. So, we'll work on that later. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get back to work. I'm going to work on that backdrop again, and then we're going to test out our farm and our throwing skills, see what we can get. Alright, so I will be right back, guys. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. RanqeustLP here, bringing you inning number 1 of chicken throw. Crap, I didn't get all the eggs. Alright, welcome back, guys. So, where am I? Here they are. I needed to plant some more potatoes. Alright, so I built a backboard. Let's take a look real quick. And I mean, there's different ways you can do it. You know, I just kind of built it, and it, you know, kind of came to me. I have those 2 cobblestones there. There's no particular reason other than signifying where the center is. And then I built the back here in case I hit a little bit further and the chickens kind of hit closer over here. They'll still be guided down over the edge rather than, you know, hitting there and then having them miss. So, yeah. So let's check out our throwing arm. And again, the reason why we're doing this, we'll get more eggs. The chickens are going to be able to drop eggs, you know, randomly. And again, I'll pretty up this little altar here. Make it a nice little collecting ground. We'll be able to get chests that are going to be filled with eggs and eventually chicken meat and feathers and all that stuff. So without further ado, let's go. Alright, so I want to aim right there. Boop. I don't know if I'm getting chickens. There it is. Boom! We got one! That's all we need, really. It's exciting. Now I can... Oops, there's another one. I can breed them now that I have 2. So I don't have to worry, but this is kind of fun. So let's toss a little bit quicker. Boop, boop, boop. Now you don't want to throw too many just in case you do see... Look at that. Because you can hit your chicken in mid-air. And, you know, it's not a thing too dangerous. I mean, you just damage them. You know, and because we're throwing up as opposed to at them, because I know that some people, it's a chicken farm, let me just throw them up, boop, 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 and then they hit their chickens from the inside. And that's not nice. They're just little babies. They don't even know what they're doing. They're just floating around in the, you know, floaty. Oh, and actually, you see, if you saw that, so the chickens do actually get stuck a little bit. They spawn a little bit on the inside. Of the block that you throw them at. So that was kind of what was going on. I think what was happening now that I look at that is I think they were spawning on the inside. So say that this was a complete wall down there, I would throw it against the wall there, then they would spawn, but then they would actually get stuck on top of the block below it, but they would still be inside the block, so they would constantly get damage because they were no longer floating down. So alright, we are out of eggs. Let's look at our haul. We've got, wow, it's more than I actually thought. We got 1, 2, 3, we got 6 chickens, 6 little baby chicklets. Now, as you notice here, from on top of the wall here, the water is all pushing them down towards the center. Now, you'll see them going bloop down from time to time there. I think that's part of the server, the latency in that. But they're not actually going to fall through. So he just shot right back up. But they're all getting pushed to the center. So once they grow up and they start hatching some eggs, or laying some eggs, I'll be able to come down and collect them all, which is nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to build a little sign here. I actually have a sign real quick. I'm going to try to keep track. So we're going to build a little billboard. Boosh. I've got more wood. I may move this. Seems a little close. Nah, I'll leave it there for now. Chicken count. 6. Sweet. So this will help me keep track. And then every time I harvest, I got to go over there, boom, change the count, and then we'll go from there. And so that's pretty much it, guys. This is really exciting. We've had a really great episode. I'm really happy. I've been with each cut, I've been re-listening to the vocals and the levels and the sound, and everything is coming out, you know, above my expectations. I'm so happy. So, you know, happy for me, happy for you, happy out because I get better sound, and then happy because you guys get better sound. So, if you guys like what you saw, you know, you enjoyed seeing the updates on the, you know, on the tree farm, you enjoyed, you know, listening to me rant about what my future plans are like a mad scientist, and you enjoyed learning about a chicken farm, which, you know, some of you probably already know, but in case the other ones don't, you know, then please leave a like, you know, subscribe to my channel for more episodes, and then also go back and watch some of the older episodes if you missed them. They will all be in the playlist. It is a Building and Beyond Skyblock edition playlist where all of them will be able to play right in order, and I believe I'll have annotations in the video as to the last video, and eventually in the future when I make another video, the next video up in the corners. So until next time, guys, we will see you then. Bye-byes.